look at it now. This shit going down. Man. He gave me that extra stuff. I just put everything on.
All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we will give all praises to the Heavenly Father.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
Double honors, as always, to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders at Great Millstone, who rule well. Peace and salutations, as always, to the elect, like Great Millstone, Dallas. We have the beloved Elder Apostle Rama up here as well.
Shalom, shalom.
Here another Tuesday to push the glorious word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Seems like Tuesdays come every 8 minutes. All right, but we're here again. All right, while we still have the spirit, as the scriptures say, exhort one another daily, while it's still called today, lest the deceitfulness of sin overcomes you. So we do these videos for the purpose of edifying the elect of the nation of Israel, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, as well as those of you who may not identify with those cultures. All right, you may even look like the people we call heathen, but you're moved to repent. Call on the names of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, acknowledge that the so-called white man is an Edomite, all right, that the East Indians, the Elamite, and everything that we say is, which is the 100% truth, that's truth, all right, then ultimately you're an Israelite, man. And don't worry about how you look. Ultimately, it's the spirit that would draw the elect back to the Heavenly Father in the latter days through the sacrifice made by his only begotten Son, Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, who's our mediator, our high priest, and our way back to the Father in these latter days, man. That sacrifice is our only way back. It's our only way to be justified, all right? We're not justified by our righteousness, our works in the law, although we try to keep the laws to the best of our ability to separate us from this untoward generation, all right? Ultimately, we know that Yahweh Shai sacrifices everything, all right? Life is in that blood, all right? So as we can see, all right, perilous times, we're here. Esau's world is crumbling. Everywhere you look, he's being exposed left and right. And this is all the doings of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Again, everything that we see happening throughout the four corners of the earth is a fulfillment of biblical prophecy, and the teachers should be able to tie everything happening to the scriptures. All right, and you see particular camps, running away from the reality of what's happening, and it's wearing off. Even the bread and circuses is wearing off. All right, Esau's enchantments are wearing off. Pretty much he has nowhere else to go but to come down with great wrath. As a matter of fact, we can get that. The devil's going to come down with great wrath because he's getting exposed, man. False prophets are being exposed. All right, the Heavenly Father is getting ready to just do away with the left hand. All right, but before that, we know this devil is just getting ready to lose his mind. Accused. This is why he's called the accuser of the brethren.
Yep.
Which is why we have to be rooted in what we believe in. All right, wisdom and knowledge. Somebody get that too. Wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of that time. We'll get Isaiah. As a matter of fact, get that first, and then we'll get Isaiah.
Yeah, this is the only thing he got left. Is that physical force. Yeah. And that's what he resorts to when nothing else works.
Yep.
That the deception is, is wearing off. Yeah. How he had the world drugged, but now that drug is wearing off, and people are starting to come to the realization that they've been diddied. You know what I mean?
Diddy.
And now they're like nah, motherfucker,
Yeah. People are getting ready to lose it.
Yep.
The euphoria is gone.
God.
People are waking up to the fact that this world is being ruled by a complete Satanist.
Yeah. And they're not hiding it anymore.
Nah, they can't.
They're just coming straight out with it, telling you what the future holds. They just because they already got the agenda in place. They got the infrastructure in place. All they need is the right crisis to bring in, finally fulfill, that the digital system that they got pushing out, and that's it. Because they're the world, the different nations all going digital, right? And the different nations have their own form of digital currency, but it doesn't matter what currency or what's used digitally. Once they get the system going, then they can say, okay, this is the only currency that's gonna be
It's always
used.
gonna be used, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. So we gotta prepare to leave this world behind, man. Cause you know, we use this system day in and day out. We use credit cards, we use, you know, tapping systems and all that, you know.
The banks.
Yeah, banking, you know, banks, paper money, whatever. But we know ultimately there's gonna be a point where the elect are gonna fully have to detach. That's in the book of Isaiah, the 10th chapter.
Yeah.
The remnant are no longer gonna stay upon him that smote them. See? We're gonna have to lean on Yahweh Bashim Shah, and that's gonna take, like Peter stepped out on water. He had to believe. His lack of belief is why he started to sink.
Yeah.
But we have to do that and believe we're gonna walk. That's the type of faith it's gonna take to get out of these times. And whatever persecution you're going through, whatever rebuke you're getting, whatever, you know, chastening you're getting from the Lord, take it with joy and get the lesson out of it.
Right.
Instead of being in your emotions. Because it's you being put in these positions to get you prepared for what's to come. Okay?
Let me get this real quick.
Yep.
This is Job 8:8 in the NLT. Just ask the previous generation, pay attention to the experience of our ancestors. Because over in the KJV it says, for I inquire, I pray thee, of the former age, and prepare thyself to the search of their fathers. I linked that up with Romans 15:4. These things are written for our learning. And also in Sirach 2:10, look at the generation of old. So they went through the same things in different times. Now we back here now. So those that trusted in the Lord, he delivered them, man. So we got to fully have that personal relationship with the Lord and step out on faith at the end of the day.
Abram.
Yeah.
He had to be separated from his whole house, you know. That was big back then. Say you're gonna leave your fathers. And basically the Lord took him on a path where he just had to believe.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? Everything he knew, he had to leave it all behind and basically follow the Lord's instruction.
Yeah.
All right, to go where he wanted him to go.
And back then he didn't have the book. We have the book now, the Comforter.
Right.
So now we could, you know, what you also call this, which is the spirit that comes with it. We could go back and read, you know, faith boosting, you know, stories of our forefathers and great things that they did through belief. He didn't have that.
Right.
You know, his whatever he had back then was very limited.
Right.
So he had to just, like you said, step out straight up on faith.
Yep.
That was it.
Which is a testimony to his great belief of the Lord. That's why I said Abraham believed, and it was a kind of term for righteousness.
Right. So the elect, that's why the Lord ties the Gentiles, which basically that's what we are. We all come into this thing, you know, we didn't come in this thing as circumcised Jews. We came as scattered Israelites. And through our faith, we've been accepted back into the fold through Yahweh Shai's sacrifice. So we're tied to that's why the scriptures tie the Gentiles to Abraham.
Yeah. Because
basically it's their faith that would justify them outside of the technicalities of the law while they were leaving off from idol worship. We left off from heavy idol worship and basically believed in what we heard, and that's pleasing unto the Lord. Starting with belief in the resurrection. That's how the Gentiles, when the Paul and the different disciples went out preaching, what were they preaching? The resurrection. And the Gentiles believed in it, and that was counted as, righteousness, just like Abram believed that Isaac would be raised from the dead. So it all links hand in hand, and it's all tied to a particular seed that will be justified by faith. The remnant of Israel. See, and as our enemy loses his goddamn mind, the Lord has opened up the reality of who he is. So we shouldn't have any problem separating from this world. The Lord has, he did us, if you watch it, if you look how he's doing it, he's showing us who Esau really is. He's exposing him. So when he comes down with great wrath and start accusing and lying, why should we worry? Why should we feel like we're wrong for believing what we believe when this man is a complete monster?
Oh yeah. You ain't seen but the half.
No, we ain't. The Epstein files are rated PG. Compared to the reality of what he's doing. You know, and they'll show you this stuff in movies and stuff like that. But that, like that movie Him, they show you certain things and shit like that happens. But what they did was they over exaggerated it to the point where people will be like, "Oh, come on, that's too much."
Right, but it may be far worse than that.
Way worse.
You know,
Fucking walking around with another man's blood in him.
Yeah, shit, crazy, man.
Crazy, man.
You know,
And living in a
then
haunted house.
the old, it's like the old custom, you know, of the Canaanites, you know, Molech, the children, you know, and sacrifice. That they're still doing it to this day.
That's it. That's it. That's what we're finding out. So let's get that in Revelation.
This is Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore,
As a matter of fact, start at 10.
at 10,
Yeah.
okay, this is verse 10. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength,
Mhm.
and the kingdom of our power, and the power of Hamashiach. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night.
Right. Esau, Edom is the accuser of the brethren. And how is he being cast down before he's physically taken down? Is through this word being exposed. His exposing started, all right, with the men of the Lord going out on the highways and the byways, okay, and it progressed just like at the time of John the Baptist. There were particular truths and understandings that weren't open. So just like when Elder Abba Bibbins went out, there were particular aspects of the truth and of the gospel that wasn't known yet.
Yeah.
But that marked the beginning of Esau's end. And as, you know, the understanding grew, all right, eventually the Lord, you know, he separated the true men of the Lord from, you know, different, you know, because One West, you know, y'all were there.
Yep.
Just like the temple, it got corrupted, but the truth still came out of it.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's a work in
It
progress.
was a work in progress.
That's a remnant.
Yep. Like John the Baptist, you know what I'm saying? His parents were in the temple, but it got corrupted. So what did he do? He went to the wilderness and just preached. All right, and the coming of Yahweh Shai, and ultimately that's where the church started, with Yahweh Shai getting Peter, you know, but the foundation was still the temple.
Yeah.
Can't throw that history away and act like the truth didn't come, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like these clowns now talking about that Abba Bivens taught that the Gentiles could be saved.
Yeah.
Now let's just say, let's entertain that for a minute. Let's say that was the case.
Right.
He said 1950.
Right,
Well, remember, back then he was still on the path.
right.
You know, and back then, you know, he was with the commandment keepers.
Mhm.
They were following, you know, the small hats.
Yep.
And eventually, in process of time, he broke away from that and started delving into the New Testament.
New Testament, right.
You know, and as Elder Pastor mentioned, he came to the school in 1985. They weren't teaching that shit back then,
Nope.
that the nations could be saved.
Right.
You know, and I came in 1993,
Mhm.
and they wasn't teaching that shit.
Right,
You know, there was no the One West has always been staunchly against the heathen being saved
right,
because that's biblical.
right.
You know, so you can't tell us nothing. You know, we were there.
What it actually did.
The apostles, the bishops, we were there. So we that shit was never taught.
And
That's straight up
remember,
bullshit.
there was just the understanding of the baptism of John.
Yeah.
The-
Well,
the
remember, I'm
baptism
sorry,
of
sorry,
John.
Elder
Yeah,
Apollo.
you got it.
Apollo.
Yep,
He only knew the baptism of John.
there you go.
He was mighty in deeds, but he was lacking as far as the rest of the
Right.
story was concerned.
Understanding had to be opened further.
There you go.
And that's what's happened. The Lord has progressed this truth to the point where now the full understanding is out there, which is the final seal being put on this age with the exposing of Esau, Edom. So
Oh,
he's
and
getting ready to come down with great wrath. Go
and
ahead.
you notice, right, back then, when the truth was still being built up,
Mhm.
all these prophecies that we see happening weren't
They
happening.
weren't happening.
You know?
Yep, yep.
But now that the truth, the whole truth is out, now things are moving a lot faster.
That's right. That's right.
Truth shall come like that, a face shall flourish.
That's second Ezra 6, that's right.
Corruption shall be overcome.
Yeah. The truth that
This
has
is
been
why-
so long without, I'm sorry, Elder.
No, you got it.
The
You got
truth that has been so long without fruit has been declared, shall be
That's it.
declared. But you got it.
it. No, that's it.
This
Start over.
Okay, this is back in Revelation chapter 12, verse 10. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power and the power of Hamashiach.
Yeah.
For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night.
Yep, and that's what Esau Edom has done with his system, is he's put the Israelites into this box, all right, to where you're a savage, a nigga, a baby mama, a baby daddy, a hoe ass nigga, a thug, everything wrong.
Trash.
And all around the world, people, when they see us, this is what they tie it to. That's why it's so hard for people to believe we're the true children of the Lord, because of the pseudoscience and the bottle that Esau has put on Jacob. So he's accused us before our power day and night. That's what drives this system, is the accusation against the true Israelites.
Right.
Go ahead.
If I can add on, that's that whole black thing. You know what I'm saying? That whole black and white. Everything black is negative.
Yeah.
When you go into it, and everything white is positive. So
Right.
that's why he put those titles out there.
Right, the Northern Kingdom, just a bunch of savage rapists, you know, the thieves, you know what I'm saying? The Southern Kingdom, just a bunch of hoodlums and thugs, and nothing good can come from the Israelites.
Yeah.
But come to find out, he's that and more.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
He
yeah.
taught niggas how to be niggas.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's the true thug. He's the true savage. He's the true rapist.
Yep.
Excuse me.
But he don't hold himself guilty. Everybody else is guilty. I mean, the shit that people out here that are being judged and going to jail for is petty
Yeah,
compared to the crimes that he commits.
right.
You know, the same shit that they commit on a small scale, he does even greater,
Yep.
but he never goes to jail for it.
Right.
All his Epstein father, who went to jail?
None of them.
No
Exactly.
investigation, no nothing.
Niggas still walking around. Blood in their back teeth.
Let's go
Yep.
to the next
You got
part.
Jake in jail for weed, and he got a weed dispensary.
Yeah, still got a baby knuckle stuck in
Yeah,
his
he got-
front tooth.
Yeah, baby, no, he got a bag of them. He got bags of them. You know what I'm saying? This nigga is a complete monster, a savage. That's why the word beast, all right, in beast system,
Yeah,
Therion, it means a
Yep.
bestial, savage, ferocious man.
yeah.
That's who rules this system. Is it tripping?
No,
Okay.
that's good.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
It's to the elder's point, like like what it says during the early 20th century, this was specifically in the 1910s, 1920s, the whole cocaine use, they was blaming the so-called black man on that, and Latin tribes, bro. Talking about cocaine was had Jake crazed.
And it's him.
Yeah, it was what it say? Yeah, it says American. Yeah, it says that cocaine was causing African American men to become crazed, violent, and impervious to bullets, often alleging that it led them to attack or rape white women. And-
Wait a minute.
And they say it right here. They say which was driven by sensationalist press reports. Esau is a sensationalist, man.
That's it.
But guess what? The Most High is even more, much more sensational, man.
Yeah.
The judgments that the Lord is putting out there and is going to put out there, because He has done His job. He's done a hell of a job.
Yeah.
But it just show you on the left hand side how wicked He is, man.
But that's what a guilty person does. You know,
Yeah.
they throw the blame somewhere else. You know, they what's they call it? Divert the attention from them to somebody else.
That's what he's doing now. Now he's getting ready to talk about aliens and, you know, terror. But it was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
This man's a complete devil. How you just go skip over all this crap? Because when Bill Cosby and that, you know, which to hell with him, but that shit was all over the news.
Oh yeah.
They had this nigga that you would turn on YouTube anything, and you see this nigga one eye up here, the other one down here. hey.
Yeah.
They just had Bill, R. Kelly. It was every news channel,
Yeah.
everywhere. It was just running this cycle. But now with the Epstein, you know,
It's quiet.
it's quiet.
What's that football player with the dog fake something?
Vic Michael Vick.
Yeah, they're trying to
So I was pissed.
they're trying to bring back up R. Kelly now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, it's tired, bro.
Did
Put a
he?
fork in it.
Did he?
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
He was everywhere.
At work, I was noticing people was talking about, but it ain't. Now I'm noticing it ain't the same energy
Right, right.
Right.
with Epstein.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Trump.
Their best, and we know that from experience from the OJ trial, right? That was
Yeah.
the first. Let's turn your attention to this.
Right.
That shit occupied the whole summer. Was it
Man,
summer
that
94,
was-
95?
Something like that.
Yeah,
That shit
that
about
occupied
3 years, didn't it?
Yep.
Bro,
The
that-
people who told you to take that jab, they all in them fouls.
Yeah.
Yep.
And this is who people were listening to as you know the saviors of their lives, telling you, look, I got the juice, but I need you to take it so I can be safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't make no sense.
Wait a minute.
Meanwhile, they drinking baby blood.
Wait, why I gotta take it if you got it?
And then the slap in the face, y'all offering Jake lap dances and a cheeseburger to take it.
Yeah.
That's a big slap in the
Yeah.
face, bro.
Delicious fry.
He
And
showed his red ass
Yeah,
Man.
over these last 5 years. Goodness,
Oh, yeah.
freaking gracious, man.
he did that.
Let's finish that.
God, this is back in Revelation chapter 12, verse 11. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony,
Boom.
and they love not their lives unto death.
That's the key, word of their testimony.
That's right.
Overcame them by the blood of the Lamb and the word of their testimony. With the heart man believes, and the mouth confession is made unto salvation. And that's why this truth is important. So people are, what y'all doing? Well, we're teaching.
Yeah.
You know, we're prophesying till the Lord comes back. That's what we're required to do.
Yeah.
We ain't set up to open up no soup kitchens, no bread lines.
Overthrow Esau.
Yeah, give out sandwiches to Edomites and Moabites, and that ain't what our job is. Our job is to feed the elect with the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the Lord.
That's right.
Right. And that's our defense.
Yeah.
People be like, y'all ain't doing nothing. They don't understand the power of speech. Remember what speech did to Jericho?
Yeah,
That was mere just them singing, you know, and now we're singing a new song,
that's it.
you know? And this time we're not commanded to march around. The Lord just told us to stand up on our feet and go out and run to the highways and the byways and preach.
That's right.
And through the blood of Yahweh Shai, we cannot be blamed.
Right.
So the accusation, which is the devil's strength, is now disarmed.
It says in their mouth is no God.
There you go. So we're the elect are justified.
Yeah,
Lord willing, we'll have that number. So they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb. I mean, by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony. So now we're justified to go out and tell the truth about who this man, to testify about the crime we've seen.
yeah.
Because that's what a witness does. The two witnesses are testifying of the crime that they saw.
Right.
And then the Lord did us a favor and gave us a third witness.
Right.
That's right.
All right, what they expect us to do? Go chase the Mazda, the red Mazda. You know what I'm saying?
Amber Alert.
Amber Alert, red Mazda. What the
Another
fuck they want us to go run outside and look for the
Right around.
The world is so jacked up that
Yeah.
that's just like hearing a pin drop now.
Yeah.
You just swipe left, baby in the back of a van somewhere screaming, and you just swipe it left.
I think you do that as well, just to try to make you get what you want to.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, that's my phone.
Yeah.
Goddamn. Trash. You see what I'm saying? So they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb, by the word of their testimony, and they love not their lives unto the death. Oh, and I said there's two witnesses, but then the law says out of the mouth of two witnesses are three.
Yeah,
I liken the third witness, these truthers, these people that Esau, Edom,
Yeah.
out of, you know, everybody cursing them out.
yeah,
Like the dude that did that video, talking about
yeah.
Edom and Rothschild, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's likening to now that only justifies what the two witnesses are saying.
Right.
yeah.
That's it.
He gave us people we can just click their video and let them tell on themselves.
Because they're not gonna believe us.
Nah. That's what intrigues a lot of people is the fact that we play videos sometimes of other people
Yeah,
validating things that we've been saying for years. Because it's easy for people to say it now that they see it.
Yep.
But see, y'all were saying it when we came in, when none of this stuff was visible.
yeah. And then y'all too, because y'all in 2007, y'all was saying there wasn't really a whole lot of stuff
Wasn't
going
really.
on either.
Yep. So that's the beauty of the true men of the Lord. What's that saying, Apostle Gabar? It's a thankless job.
Yep, so thank you.
It's a thankless job. It's
Really.
like everybody's just kind of looking over us, but using our talking points.
Yep.
All right, the very things that we've been saying, starting with y'all, they're getting money now. They getting people
yeah.
are making $100,000 a month off of these talking points.
Yep.
Right.
Red pillars talking about these women,
Yeah.
how fucked up they are. We've been saying that for years.
Yeah. I'm talking about getting paid.
Yeah.
And the men of the Lord just laboring. We ain't charging you. If brothers and sisters want to help, cool. Because it does take a lot. But at the end of the day, we just here to work.
That's right.
Well known but unknown.
That's it.
See? Okay, go ahead.
This is Isaiah 61:1. It says, the spirit of the Lord is Yahweh.
I'll finish that. And then we'll go right back. We'll get to the readers.
Okay. So y'all bear with me, brother.
Let's go.
All right. This is back in Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
So this word going out will mark his little season being ended. The preaching of the word is hella important, man.
That's
right.
Because that's what the brightness of his coming, he should destroy with the power of his mouth and then brightness of his coming. So the word, the prophet's mouths usher in the coming of Yahweh Shai.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
And he's coming down with great wrath
Yeah.
because, you know, it's a worldwide thing. So he knows his time is short, and he sees his empire crumbling, and that's why now that he sees deception ain't working, they have to resort to the physical violence. You know, because that's what the scriptures speak about, the red horse. You know, took away peace from the earth using his sword, and that's how Isaac said he would live. You know, you're gonna get everything, but you're gonna pretty much do it by your sword. You know.
Isaiah 61:1, it says, the Spirit of the Lord Yahweh came upon me because Yahweh has anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim the liberty to the captives.
There you go. That ain't talking about the whole world. Captives is speaking, although even Edomites are captive in the system.
Yeah.
It's the sons of God who are ultimately captive, man. Since the fall of Adam, that's why the scriptures say death reigned from Adam to Moses.
Yep.
We're under the death of this flesh, all right, and then we're under the death of the curse of the law.
That's right.
So we're under double straits, man. So the Yahweh Shah's sacrifice is to proclaim liberty to the captives. His sacrifice ultimately promises a way out.
What?
See that? To the captives, the holy seed.
It was an exit plan.
Yeah.
Which is the scriptures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because how would our sins be covered without that sacrifice? So liberty is through Yahweh Shah's blood. Go ahead.
It says, to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the opening of the prisons to them that are bound.
And the opening of the prison started with our minds being unlocked to this truth. Okay, ultimately we already have a piece of the kingdom through this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding.
That's it.
See, we're basically escaping from the lies, all right? Because Esau's lies, man, really messed up our minds, man.
Yeah.
It really, when you look at it now that we're on the outside looking in, the world is jacked up. The covering cast really fucked people's minds up, man.
Yeah.
All right, it made everybody's mind believe something that was just not true. Doubt themselves, doubt true history. They just basically, he lied about everything. Worldwide, he did this.
Yeah.
You look at what he did in Japan. You look at everywhere he went. He feminized the men. He changed the history. He lied to the people about who they were.
Stole everything.
Stole everything. They basically science switched from Bible back, because science, even like in certain ancient times, was backed by the Bible. Like when you go to before the Age of Enlightenment, scientists, their findings were backed by the Bible. Yeah. All right, but once the Age of Enlightenment came, in this whole the colonial, basically they did away with the Bible as science. Science became a whole bunch of nonsense, man. Measuring people's skulls, the IQ, all of this bullshit, man. That basically got people all messed up on what reality is.
That's right. It makes sense with the Bible, because don't science means knowledge?
That's it.
Yeah.
But this is where you go get the true knowledge from.
That's it.
Yep. The age of the earth, all of that. There was a point where it was common knowledge. It wasn't billions, and but
Yeah.
Esau came with just a bunch of lies, and it really, when you look at how that messes up a nation, man, lies really destroy people, man.
Yeah, so much so that they'll believe that their ancestor was Lucy.
A monkey, yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, billions of years ago, your auntie was a half monkey with lipstick on,
God damn.
walking, shitting at the same time. He'll tell you evolution. The hummingbird at one point didn't have the beak, because in order for the hummingbird to get inside a particular flower, that it was designed.
Yeah.
The beak was designed along with the tongue to, he'll tell you at one point the giraffe didn't have the neck, and then it grew, it evolved, because it couldn't, that's, come on, man.
The hummingbird, that's the straw.
Yeah.
The beak.
Yeah, it's a beak, and it fits perfectly into particular flowers to get the
Nectar.
nectar, and they're pollinators.
Yeah.
No, it ain't like the knowledge was put in them to do everything that they do.
What shows you how the Lord created everything perfect.
Perfect.
How is it that particular flower has that particular hole to get there?
Right.
And the bird's nose or beak is just big enough and wide enough to go in there,
Right.
you know?
Right.
Everything fits perfect, but this devil comes and fucks
He
everything
fucks
up.
everything up and tells you there was a point where humans didn't have a heart. So we were waiting, the heart coming out next week.
Yeah.
I can't wait till we get the ride too. We'll wait till we do that.
We just in the closet just hanging,
We
waiting.
just waiting around. No, it was all perfectly put together, man.
So basically the Tin Man and the Straw Man are really real?
Yeah, he's just a complete liar, man.
Boy.
And people believe this shit. They will believe a lie. So, no, go ahead, go.
I say lies can only go so far
Yeah.
for a period of time, and then you're gonna be revealed, as the scriptures say. You know, because what is it, Psalm 73 said he's not
In trouble?
in trouble like the other men, but now he's getting revealed. So as these lies are being exposed, it's gonna go back to Revelation 12:12. Because if you're getting exposed, he's like a dog, you know, with his back to the wall. He's gonna start attacking. He's gonna come down with great wrath because you know his time is getting short because he's getting all this exposure. His exposure is going to get out on him.
Yeah. He's saying it's getting out of hand, so you gotta get it back,
Yeah.
you know?
Mhm.
This is why he going into all these different countries. So you ain't gonna give us your shit, we gonna take it.
We're gonna take it.
Boy.
And the number one lie that's being exposed too is the small acts.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just under fire, left and right. They just, goodness gracious, man.
They just, they don't give a fuck, they just going around pretty much raping the world of everything.
They don't give a F-U-C-K.
Yep.
All right, and that whole them being the chosen. Oh man, I got to get into this interview with Tucker Carlson and this Huckabee dude, man.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful.
He couldn't say nothing.
He was just, it was crazy.
And you had this dude, Michael Rappaport,
Yeah.
doing a video on Instagram, I think it was. He had, he was in Israel. He said, "Look at this beautiful land. This is our land. This is." I said, "Come on, get the fuck out of here." You know, like they really still trying to uphold that facade that that's their land. That's not your land, motherfucker.
Right. Yep.
You just occupy. First of all, how do we know that that's not your land? Well, the scriptures say, Yahweh shall say that Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
That's it.
So Yahweh Shai is not here yet. That means heathens are still there.
Yeah.
All right. Once Yahweh Shai gets back, heathens gonna be out.
Yeah.
I got one real quick.
You can break it down.
To follow up what the priest of Matthew just brought out about those captives and being freed. This is John chapter 8 and verse 32, and it reads, "And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free."
It started in 31. We go down.
We start at 31, man. Let me go on. Slocky. Start at verse 31. This is John 8 and verse 31. It says, "Then said Yahushua to those Jews which believed on him, If ye continue in my word, then are ye my disciples indeed." So that's the key, continuing in this knowledge, man, in the word, man. And it says, "Then, and ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free." You know, so that this knowledge is beginning of that freedom that the brother just read in Isaiah 61. You know what I'm saying? Ultimately, that freedom is going to be when Yahushua returns and delivers us out of the the hands of our enemies and all that hate us. You know, but right now, hey, we've been freed from the lies and deceptions of this devil, man. You know, which is beautiful. You know, we see this place in a whole different way than like 2/3 of our people, man. The majority of our nation are still encapsulated by this place, man. They still believe in this place, believe that this devil can help them. When the scriptures clearly say that the Lord is my savior, the lawgiver. He will save us. Roughly paraphrasing, I believe that's in Isaiah as well. You know, somewhere 30 something. The majority of the nation of Israel, the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, believe in Esau, man.
Yeah.
You know, but we've been free from that.
Yep.
Because of this knowledge, this word.
Yep. The truth makes you free. Not being bound to lies and thinking you got to give somebody a gift for Valentine's Day and all this bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's just it's a weight lifted off of you. You know, not having to live up to the standard of what this world calls a man.
That's right.
All of that.
Yep.
Or a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit's a burden on you. Trying to live up to the standards of this world, only to come to the truth of the matter, and it ain't even that goddamn serious, man.
Right. That's right.
So the Lord has opened us up to the true understanding of, you know, his inner his vibration, what he's all about, and it's lifted a heavy burden and load off of us, to where we could just let this world be the world and serve the Lord to the best of our ability until he sends his only begotten son back.
That's right.
But the rest of these people, they're bound to those lies.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they feel like they got to take the jab.
Yeah.
Okay?
Isaiah 33.
Whatever.
Yeah, well, that's the deception. You know, like the scriptures say, the world wandered after the beast. Once the devil got in power after the, you know, the Renaissance period, the world, you know, was pretty much captivated by the deception.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why they're walking, pretty much they're walking Esau's walk.
Yeah.
You know, but the Lord made it to where there would be a point where there would be certain Israelites that would escape those clutches. That's why I said I have reserved to myself 7,000 men that have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal.
Yep.
That's right.
You know, so they're not falling for the okie doke.
Yep.
Because there's something in them that eyesight that allows them to see through their deception.
Right.
Like that veil is still over the world, but the elect, that veil has been pulled off.
Mhm.
You know, so it's like the elect can see, but the rest of the people can't.
Right. Even the ones who are exposing to Epstein, they still want a better president.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They still want this system to continue, but they want somebody, you know, to come and represent the people. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, but it hasn't happened
It never
ever.
You 85 years old, still hoping.
I'm gonna read that what you just quoted, Apostle. This is Revelation 14:8. And they that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, worship Esau,
Mhm.
whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world.
Yeah, so the elect are going to see, but the rest are not.
Yeah.
You know, so the ones that are destined to be destroyed, they're going to stay dark. That's why it says that if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost, in whom the God of this world has blinded the minds of them which believe not. Why? Because that's what they were appointed to. You know, the Lord can't, bring his words to pass if people do whatever they want.
Right.
You know, everything is already set up. The storyline has been written. The actors have been, chosen. You know, the antagonist, the protagonist, everything has been set up. The plot has been set up. You know, the wicked have play their part. The righteous play their part. You know, the whole script has been written. Everything is playing out as it's been playing out. You know, and just like with Judas Iscariot, that he had to play his role. He didn't want to go. He didn't want to play that role, that part.
Right.
But guess what? He had to play it. You know, like Sam Jackson. He didn't want to play the Uncle Tom or the Sambo and the Django.
Yeah.
The Django. He said, "You want me to play a goddamn Uncle Tom?" He said, "Where do I sign up?"
When he saw that check, he was like, "Where do I sign up?" See that? So those whose names are written in the book of life are living in these latter days, man.
Right.
All right. Then the scriptures say the breath shall enter into them and they shall live. So the children of light are living in these latter days while everybody else is still stuck on death. They may have certain complaints and are able to see certain things, but who sees the full story is the elect.
That's right.
Now you got that?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's Isaiah 33 and verse 6. You're right. And it says, "And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure."
See, the fear of the Lord is his treasure. And as this world continuously crumbles, the truth is going to become that much more precious. And those of us who have it, it's going to be, you're going to appreciate it that much more. You should already appreciate it more than anything. But as this world crumbles, you're going to have something to hold on to. And that when it looks small and insignificant to the world, that's going to keep you stable.
Yeah.
Okay? And the Lord has opened up the understanding to us while our enemy is falling. See that? And while our enemy is falling, he's going to lose his goddamn mind.
Yeah.
The air is being poisoned. The food is getting worse. Okay? The minds of the people, everything's toxic. The days, it's like a living, the earth has literally been turned into a ghetto. The world is literally a ghetto. Me and the elder, what's that brother, Gabar Yahweh, who's supposed to do a lesson. Lord willing, we can eventually get to it. But this man has turned the earth into a ghetto. There's industrial revolutions. He talk about what heated the earth. Well, how about these industrialized corporations you set up every goddamn where? Salaki, you about to say that?
No, made me think about the war song.
Yeah.
The world
Yeah, the
is
world is
a
a
ghetto. Yeah.
This was supposed to be paradise. We were supposed to wake up and be happy. You wake up like, fuck, I'm still here. You gotta go to work. You're ruled over by complete reprobates when you go there. You know, you get off, you scarf your food down, you get a little workout, you do your video, try to chill with your woman or talk to you, but nobody's happy.
Yeah.
Everybody's in hell. Everything just leads to disappointment, man. Everything. There's no, you can't enjoy nothing here.
Make the best of it. Like, bro, that's no way to live.
He took peace from, somebody get that, Revelation 6. This man literally took peace from the earth. We're supposed to enjoy.
Man.
The earth was made to be enjoyed. This was paradise.
Right.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be walking around picking food off tree, trying new fruits in whatever season it is. You ain't supposed to have fruits all season, year round.
Right.
But he'll alter the damn fruit so you can have it in the winter. Strawberries ain't supposed to be around in the winter. He put a fish gene in the damn strawberry so that you can have it in the winter.
You want strawberries in the winter?
Yeah, I don't want there's other fruit. But this man got it to where you only know bananas, apples, grapes, it's just a few fruits, you know, with all of these fruits in the world. You just used to just this set.
Right.
You know, unless you go to a different store, you may see, whoa, what are these? You know what I'm saying? You try this shit, your allergies break out.
Yeah.
You may try these. Stomach bloated. You're like, what the hell? But we're supposed to be literally walking around just having everything's supposed to be here.
Yeah.
But now you got to go to a grocery store. The earth is a grocery store.
Wow.
And like I say, Esau cut out, because growing up like in the country, you would have a lot of things that would grow, just grow. You didn't have to plant anything. Had plums, you had country, all these things.
Berries and shit.
You don't see that like that.
No
Not just
more, they don't.
They're
Fig
gone.
trees. I don't see none of that.
Yeah,
shit.
melons.
Yeah. Mhm.
I
Yeah.
always say I'm in Oakland, bro, in the hood. Next in my backyard, avocado tree, apple tree, lemon tree. Next door, fig tree. Backyard next, low courts, which is like a little yellow plum. Up the street, plums, apple. It was like literally. This is how I grew up, and this was. We didn't even realize how good we had it.
Right.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh, we could give the fucking avocados to the Mexicans. Sometimes we would have avocados, but if I had that now,
Oh shit.
Yeah.
but you go back to that same neighborhood, none of that's there.
No.
He's created, he's poisoned the earth to where nothing is budding and forth unless he does it artificially.
When we were coming up, yeah, we had like pecan trees and everything.
Everything.
In the front yard.
Peach
We have one in the backyard. Yeah.
Damn.
Peach
Crazy.
trees peaches don't even have that fuzz on them anymore. You have that
Nothing.
fuzz make you itch, you have to wash them off.
Yeah.
Bro, I peeled an orange today and it was like, this is not real.
No.
But
It was like little strings coming. I'm like, what is this? Nothing, man. Nothing is like, this is like, what, where are we? And nobody's happy. You try to, deal with this woman, it's just, you can enjoy it, but eventually you just, oh boy, this nigga in hell just like me.
That's real.
She's supposed to be your comfort, but she in hell too.
Oh, man.
Nothing but complaints and just going through hells. It's like she can't even really be a comfort to you.
Right.
Y'all comparing curses, nigga. I'm more cursed than you. You like, bitch, you can't never be more cursed than me. I'm a man of what?
That's another beautiful point that the elders making. Everything's out of whack. Why? Because E is in the root. You see?
That's what it all boils.
Because you got what? You got brothers, wives working. Because technically our women shouldn't. They should be over the home. When the men are out and getting it. But now you can put these women in these these goddamn positions and these power suits with these shoulder pads and shit.
They be all
Yeah. Got them matching with New Eras and sneakers, man. Bitch, take this shit off. But we're in Babylon though. Just to the elders' point, because our women are supposed to be a comfort. We're if we're the protector provider, that's why we're supposed to be able to come home and get that comfort from our women. But shit, they working as much as us, if not more, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You got a security guard with a suit on.
Yeah.
You can't comfort you in no goddamn security guard suit on.
put them steel toe boots.
Just read that. You got a name tag. Marquisha. Go ahead.
This is Revelation 6, sorry, verse 3, it says, and when he had opened the second seal, I heard the second beast say, come and see. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth,
Man.
and that they should kill one another.
And that red is talking about Esau,
That's it.
so-called white man.
Yep, and it comes out that the Rothschild, that means red shield.
Yeah.
Protectors of and this other, what looks to be Edomite brought it out. It means the shield of Edom. He brought it all out.
Yeah, that was good.
You see what I'm saying? So this man is being exposed, but what he did was he took peace from the earth. He made the earth not fun.
Right.
Like, it's no euphoria. Like, that's why people look at 90s videos with people riding bikes and sitting around with no cell phones. Like, people miss that.
Yeah, for real.
The simplicity, because you get to a point where all you really need is a view, friends, family, you know, about 3 women and you good.
Yeah.
Maybe 2, because in this world, shit. But you don't need all that.
Yeah.
It's simplicity. All you really need is your own food, a view, you know, birds chirping. It's very simple, man. The Lord, what's that scripture? He has made man upright, but he has sought out many inventions. Somebody get that? I believe it's Ecclesiastes. We'll see how it reads in the NLT. What's that? Ecclesiastes 7? Yep. This man took peace from the earth, man. He's made the earth unenjoyable. He's made breathing a problem. There's literally, since this fake ice, whatever the hell popped up, the air has just been worse. To breathe, you wake up feeling kind of sick. You eating garlic, now the goddamn parasites laughing at garlic. What's that gonna do to make me mad? Like Tebow.
Farting and shit.
I mean, you do it, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause you got to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
But it's like, god damn. Then now you got to cleanse, detox. You know what I'm saying? It's like, goodness gracious, man. It shouldn't be like this.
Like Yakazak said here, we live out of teacher bottles. Supposed to be nature, natural.
Yeah.
We live out of tincture bottles.
Yeah. Spying, he's spying on everything we do. You know what I'm saying? This man has taken peace from the earth, and now everybody's, boasting in their weapon. Why should you have weapons like that? We didn't need weapons, but at the time of Adam. Cain and them invented all of that. Why would you really need weapons like that if true order was established? Now over the years, of course, as sin entered in, of course, we had to defend ourselves and fight wars, and I get it, but weapons really, like, you don't really need no damn weapons, man.
No.
If true order is established, somebody got it.
Can I get this real quick?
Yep, go ahead.
Just to go along with everything, how everybody is sad and mourning, nobody's happy. This is Proverbs chapter 29 and verse 2. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And of course, like the elder is going into, everybody is sad, waking up, damn, we still here. Everybody is mourning. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody happy, everybody through. Why? Because the wicked beareth rule, man. You know what I'm saying? The righteous people, beginning to start with a Yahushua, is the Israelites, man. Once they're set back up in the earth and the kingdom of heaven is established in the earth, then everybody's going to rejoice, man. You know what I'm saying? Because everything is going to be as it's supposed to be. Animals going to be in their proper places. Like the elder said, the fruit is going to, their seasons. You know what I'm saying? All of that's coming back, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's when the people are going to rejoice, man, because everybody is going to be exactly where they're supposed to be and have exactly what they're supposed to have.
Yep,
That's right.
Right now, that's not the case, man. Everybody through. You got a 1%, what is it, 1% that has the majority of everything. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else suffering.
It shouldn't be like that.
Shouldn't be like that, man.
That shit is crazy, man. You wake up and you look at them jeans that you wore 2 days ago, and you like, if I just put a different shirt with these, you know, nobody will know. Like, oh God.
You
Man, if you don't see a ring, if they not ring, you got an iron.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't feel like doing this shit, man. This is hell, but
Yeah.
that's childish. What we do, this is a childish life, man. God,
Spin
man.
with another shirt. Oh man.
Yeah,
Some different shoes.
I ain't trying to impress
You
nobody.
in there.
F it.
Yep.
At this point, F it, man.
Yeah.
Complete hell. All right.
There you have it. Ecclesiastes 7 and 29 in the NLT. But I did find this: the Most High created people to be virtuous, but they have each turned to follow their own downward path.
Woo.
And
And that's under Esau's rule. That's what everybody's following after, a downward. Read it in King James.
Ecclesiastes 7 and 29. Lo, this only have I found, that the Most High hath made man upright, but they have sought out many inventions.
All of these inventions, man. And that ain't even that serious. People are chasing after all of this and that, but really life is simple. It don't take, you know, nigga get a little money, he get 18 bedroom house. Why do you need all the rooms? 4 or 5 rooms, okay.
Right.
7 at the most. You know what I'm saying? But damn.
Yeah.
Like these niggas are just walking around showing all these cars, all this, bro. Get a farm and go sit your ass down somewhere.
Yeah.
Look at Mayweather. Like nigga, go get a farm.
Yeah.
Grow your own food.
Who
But you got all them. You can't eat them cars.
Right.
Yeah. Who the Holyfield had the house with like 40 something
Yeah.
rooms? That's ridiculous.
My mama told me this nigga Ty gave all his money to an Edomite preacher.
Wow. Oh, he sure did.
Now he walking around broke.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Holyfield?
yeah. He was just spending money, but he gave. My mama told me I got a tithe. You know, that's one of them big biscuit, biscuit and honey. You know, I like Holyfield though. You know, but he's simple.
Yeah.
But Jake get a little bit of money and they just lose their mind.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then it ends up biting them in the ass when they get older.
Sad.
50 at that mansion he bought from Mike Tyson.
Tyson?
He sold it. He said, bro, he said that's too much maintenance.
It's too much.
He said he went on a tour. He said, bro, he said when you don't use that shit, it breaks. He said he said now you're paying for repairs that you didn't even cause or maintenance that you didn't even cause. So he's like he said that's nice, but no thank you. You know what I'm saying?
Why would you want something that big? You down here and you don't know what the hell is on the other side of your house, man. It's too big, bro.
Motherfucker that's sweet. He in there living like a motherfucker.
Right. On up there in your house. Exactly. And you don't know he there.
And sometimes it be instances like that. Some people be living in people's attics and under the ground, and they ain't even attended to it.
Right.
Yep. So he's made man upright. You know, so the simplicity in life. Now that we've gotten to where we are, it's simple, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We don't really take all of that.
Yeah.
You know, and the kingdom of heaven is going to go back to that ancient way, but it's going to be upgraded.
Right.
Okay, it's going to be chariots everywhere. It's going to be gold and different stones everywhere. It's going to be beautiful. Yeah. But all you really need is in this life, you don't need all that shit, man.
Right.
Health, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding.
That's it.
Good food, your family, your sons, and land, and cattle.
Yeah. There's a scripture I remember Benaiah posted where it talks about everybody can have land or something like that.
Yeah.
So the wicked, basically everybody, if this man dealt righteously, everybody could have their own food. It's in Proverbs. Either way it goes, let's get Isaiah 24. We can get that. And start at like 3 or 4. Let's see if I can find it.
I think it's Proverbs 12.
12 or 15, something like that.
12
Right?
or something like that.
Yeah, I'll look for it.
He said Isaiah
Yeah,
chapter
let's just read
24
off that
verse
for a minute. See if we can find this.
This is Isaiah chapter 24, starting at verse.
But I know it's in the NLT or GMT.
Okay.
Which one he quoted it, but I forget. But Google will get you there.
Okay, yeah.
This is Isaiah chapter 24, verse 3. The land shall be utterly empty and utterly spoiled, for Yahweh hath spoken this word. Verse 4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away, the world languisheth and fadeth away, the haughty people of the earth do languish.
There you go. The earth is languishing. Go ahead.
Verse 5. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting
You
covenant.
see, and being in this downtrodden state makes you appreciate the law.
Yep.
And you see the fact that we're living under a ruler who doesn't take heed to the law. Now you're seeing, because the simplicity, the law is simple. You go into Esau's laws, and it's like literally 900, 1,000 pages just to get to one. It's all over the place. All laws is the nigga is nasty killer. You know what I'm saying? And stay away from the cycle. Don't do this, don't do that, don't eat this, don't eat that. It's simple, man. It's simple instruction that basically leads to a clean earth, a healthier body. All right, civil unions between man and woman are in order, intact. All right, the law is holy. See, but we're living under a system that basically has taken order out of the way. Without any order, as it says in the book of Job, the 10th chapter. So that takes peace away from the earth. The more knowledgeable people are to the Lord's laws, the safer the environment is. See, but we live in a world where people have no regard to the law. So the earth now mourns. This is why you brothers and sisters are catching hell, because iniquity has abounded. Iniquity is sin on top of sin, man. You see that? And Esau Edom is at the forefront of it. And it's coming out that he's the true problem. Because he uses his media to put the camera in front of, a result of what he did. But now the world is finding out who's at the forefront of who's the cancer, who's the root of the problem. So, like the asshole he is, he's getting ready to just start losing it. And justifying shutting down the earth, all right, and bringing about 15-minute city zones, all right. He's going to have agent provocateurs out there. He's getting ready to lock this earth down.
Yeah.
In preparation for his NWO. Go ahead.
Right. This is back in Isaiah chapter 24, verse 6. Therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, a few men left.
There you go. A curse has devoured the earth, so it's going to lead to what we see being formulated in World War III. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 7. The new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, all the merry-hearted do sigh.
There you go. The merry-hearted do sigh, man.
Yeah.
The baby boomers depressed.
They
Those
can't
were
tired.
you know what I'm saying? They tired.
They still gotta work. Yeah.
Still gotta work.
What?
You know what I'm saying? The merry-hearted do, because that was our generation. What they call us, millennials.
Yeah.
We got a few boomers in here, but we ain't gonna say no words. We ain't gonna say no names. But the millennials, that was the last little joy. The 90s and shit. The Tupac's double CD came out. We was happy as hell.
Big Mac used to be good.
Man, McDonald's, there was a point where McDonald's, the French fry used to just be potatoes and beef tallow.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
You know what I'm saying? Now it's got 18 ingredients. How do you get 18 ingredients into a fry?
Yeah, no quarter fry.
You know what I'm saying? Very hard to do side, man. Because the Me Against the World CD came out, we thought, nigga, we in the kingdom.
Yeah.
Tupac, you know what I'm saying? Your dad would play it, Me Against the World. You thought, nigga, nothing could get better than this. You know what I'm saying? We was happy, you know what I'm saying? Although the world was still jacked up, but there was a sense of, we was kind of merry-hearted, man. We would ride the bike, go spend a night at your cousin's house.
Man.
Now family don't even talk.
Nope. Yeah, they can live across the street from each other, don't go see each other.
Right.
Nigga ain't talking over grandma's will.
Yep.
This nigga left $45 and y'all ain't talking. She left it for me. I've seen my aunties, literally big diabetes niggas, man. Them big aunties from the 90s.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Arguing and fighting over my grandma's dresses and shit. I'm just like, these niggas are crazy.
Yeah. Wow.
You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about these niggas I never seen them work out, but they were moving fast, arguing, fighting over there. I'm like, these niggas just all families just break, like when somebody dies, it just brings out the worst in niggas, man. The merry hearted do side now though.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Come. Verse 9. Oh, Salaki. Verse 8.
Still ain't found it.
I thought it was Proverbs 12.
It's like Proverbs 12 and 15, but it's cool.
Yeah.
This is back in Isaiah chapter 24, verse 8. The mirth of tabrets ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoice endeth,
Right.
the joy of the harp ceaseth.
See, music was made for happiness.
Yep.
Music and wine was made for happiness. Now music is just nothing more than, oh, a new album came out, let me save it to this playlist. You're not even listening to the album no more because you don't have time.
Right.
Albums ain't even fun no more. Remember, you know, being happy to go get a tape or a CD or a vinyl record. Like you really, you would read it from cover to cover. You read the liner notes.
The liner notes.
Yeah. See who produced this, produced that. You know what I'm saying? Now it's all fixated to a digital album that, okay, I'm gonna save this song, I don't like this, I don't like, and you just skimming through it. And you never get back to it. When it come out, certain artists you keep up with, it come out, you listen to it, you go, okay, yeah, I like this, I like that. But you never get a chance to, it's just in the playlist and it may come up in that big ass long playlist you got of songs you've been meaning to go back and listen to.
Yep.
And you at the gym, oh, you remember it come up. Yeah. Albums used to be an experience back in the day. Music used to be, you know what I'm saying? Although the music is jacked up, you know what I'm saying? There was a point where you would look forward to, you know what I'm saying? Getting into an album.
Looking for your new soundtrack.
Yeah. Remember soundtracks?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All the Best Man soundtrack, Juice, all that shit. They all had sound.
Another Professor.
Above the Rim.
Above the Rim. Minister Society.
Booty Call. You know what I'm saying? The soundtracks was jamming.
Yeah.
Now, nobody you don't even want to watch a movie no more.
It's probably like, because it's Jake and they jam was probably the last two was the Black Messiah soundtrack and they Clone Tyrone. That was probably the last two.
They did that.
It was good.
And luckily we did because brothers was watching it.
Yeah.
Because what? The people's attention span is short. You know, there's also this one documentary I gotta try to find again. It says, has the world grown dumber?
All right.
So basically they saying, you know, people are just ass backwards, bro. Like common sense ain't that common no more.
Yeah.
You know, like on some, like you asking people, like, why would you do that, bro? Like, what? Why would you think that's a good idea, bro?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just the common sense, like motherfuckers put on clothes and hop in the shower. That's not. That's how people move now, bro.
Yeah.
I got it.
You got it.
15.
I got it. Damn, that was fast. What was you doing? Yeah. Proverbs 13 and 23. Unused fields could yield plenty of food for the poor, but unjust people keep them from being farmed. If you want to answer to the homeless and people going hungry, nigga, plant crops. And look at this land we looking at now. All this land all over the earth. And this nigga's telling you the earth is overpopulated. How?
Right.
We only really, bro, I was looking it up. We only really inhabit a very small part of the earth.
Yep.
When you look up where humans, because Esau has everybody stacked on top of one another. And see, that's the Tower of Babel. The Lord told people to basically be fruitful and multiply and inhabit the earth. Nimrod wanted them to just stay right there.
Same spirit.
It's the same shit. Stacked up on top of one another so he can watch over them and rule over them and be a tyrant. He don't want everybody to have that. I'm gonna read it again. See, the scriptures have all of the answers to the earth problems is in the scriptures.
Yeah.
Not Kemet. Right? All them niggas do is talk about gold and how the Bible stole from them. Well, go teach the true version of it then. Have they ever done that? No. The Jesus was stolen from the. Well, go teach the true one. They never do it. A mummy. Talking about where your tombs at. The white man going around the earth on tour with a mummy. And this is supposed to be, you know, the great pharaoh of hot shot. This nigga's, you know, land and people. They taking this nigga on tour. Now you know that's really him. Come on, man. This is Esau, man. He's messed Jake's mind up to where they happy, nigga. Y'all ain't got no mummies, we do. Well, the Bible says the body should go back to the earth. We didn't have mummies, nigga.
Right.
The dust returns to the earth in our culture, man.
Boy,
So I can easily go get some ribs and say, this is David. And then take them on tour and make people pay hundreds of thousands of dollars. This shit's stupid, man.
yep. People are crazy as fuck.
This is, I'm gonna read it again. Proverbs 13 and 23 in the GMT. Unused fields could yield plenty of food to the poor, but unjust people keep them from being farmed. So this is an unjust system.
Right.
It's supposed to be food all over these cities. You know what I'm saying? When you driving by you should see food. You should be able to stop and go fill your bag up with food for free.
Yeah.
Like Orlando Brown, grapes? That nigga was mad. He got us paying for apples?
Right.
Although he's bugged out, he was right.
He was right.
Like, you making the niggas pay for water. It's to the point now where the water that's freely available to us, not freely, because you still gotta pay for it, in our sink,
Yeah,
you scared to drink that, but bottled water you happy to have.
but it's in plastic all that.
But it's in plastic. He's mad, like, what are we doing here?
Wow.
And it's to the point where he got to go. He got to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, him got to go.
You know, he got to go. Yeah. Pack him up. Like,
Yeah,
pack him
Pack
up.
him up.
Esau Edom is nasty work, man.
Yeah.
All right. Now, where were we at? You got some more in Isaiah?
Oh,
And let somebody else.
Check this out real quick. This is Proverbs 15 and 10 in the GNT. No, 13 in the GNT. When people are happy, they smile. But when they are sad, they look depressed. People ain't brought this motherfucker smile like that no more.
Right.
10, 15, 20 years ago or whatever.
what was that?
Proverbs 15 and 13 in the GNT.
Oh,
When people are happy, they smile. Even when you go to bars, you see little people over there acting goofy, but for the most part, bars should be kind of nice. People be upbeat. Now they're going to drink because they're depressed.
Yeah, they talk about the problem at the bar.
They go through it. It says, but when they are sad, they look depressed. And that's the mindset of the people, man. Because this world has worn them down so much, they feel defeated.
Yeah.
That's right.
If it weren't for this wisdom and I understand the spirit, man, so we,
Damn.
it'd be the same thing.
Hurt,
Drinking every night and shit, smoking a cigarette.
alcohol don't even make. I had to take 4. I was up to 40 something. I had a little taste, and I wasn't even happy. But that shit threw.
Yeah.
Shit takes you backwards, man. Drinking. I know some brothers tap in, but for me, it's like this shit ain't even. Drinking used to be
It
fun.
ain't enjoyable, yeah.
It ain't enjoyable no more.
Yeah.
You get sleepy. Your day goes down for me. I'm just talking about for me. Certain brothers get happy and shit, start flying. I be mad. Like this shit for the birds, man.
Right. Yep. They
Yo, baby, I'm gonna give you tonight. Richard Pryor.
They say, according to this, they said the global alcohol industry has experienced a significant downturn, losing an estimated 830 billion in the market value over the past 4 years. Because they say a lot of younger people too are putting down the bottle. Yeah.
Yep. Because it's full of toxins, bro.
Yeah. I was gonna stay a little longer, but I got a few little things I gotta do.
Okay. How about you, Mr.
Done.
Any words of wisdom for you, bro?
Stay prayed up.
Yep.
Keep on fighting that good fight.
Yep.
And just do what you've been doing. These brothers out there know what to do.
That's it.
Ain't nothing that you haven't been taught, in this truth that has you lacking in any subject or anything.
Right.
So just find what works for you and stick to it. That's the only thing you could do. Because at the end of the day, you got to remember you're not doing this for anybody else. You're doing this for yourself. No man can work out your salvation. You have to work out your own salvation.
Right.
And you can't ride off of the merits of another brother. Neither can another brother ride the merits off of you.
right.
You know, you gotta, put in your own work around here. You gotta put in your own work around here, homie.
Don't work around here, homie.
You know, so yeah, just keep on doing what you've been doing, and may Yahweh Bashem El Shai come soon and deliver us, man,
Man.
and get free yourself from this monster. But this dude is,
Man,
Frankenstein.
we knew he was a monster, but it's just like,
it's getting worse.
the shit that's coming out really now is like, God damn.
Whoa.
Yeah.
This nigga,
Shit, Godzilla's probably
Right.
got a better, what's the word I'm looking for?
Reputation.
Reputation
Yeah.
than this goddamn
Yeah.
devil. The Sasquatch got a better reputation.
Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers and
God
shit.
damn. What happened to regular nasty?
Right. Yeah, super nasty.
Yeah, he's super nasty.
nigga, outer space, man.
Trump is the real superhead.
God,
You say possible?
That's crazy. And the foul
safe.
safe. He's supposed to
Good.
be. Yeah, that sucked off Bill Clinton. Like, what is this? What's going on here?
Right.
What is this? And who are you?
Right. This is back in Isaiah chapter 24, verse 9. They shall not drink wine with a song, strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it.
See that? It should be bitter. It's poison. It's toxic. It's ruining our bodies. Certain brothers indulge. It is what it is, but it's toxic.
It's best to have a balance at this point with that shit.
Got to.
Man.
But they certain brothers do what they do, but
Uh-huh.
for me and my walk, I've found that I'm better without it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I tap in, I'm gonna tap, I ain't finna just,
Go crazy.
Yeah, it's periodically,
tap in here and there. And I'm gonna try to get, if I do,
Yeah, you gotta
I'm gonna
get
get some good shot. I just spend the money because I ain't doing it all the time.
Right.
You know what I'm
We'll
saying?
have to.
So this place is gone, man.
That's right.
The bear, this prophecy is literally speaking right now.
That's right.
You got young people full of pills, and they said we putting down alcohol. It's toxic to them niggas.
They
Generation
GMO,
Z,
baby.
you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
for
These GMO babies, nothing should, but they saying to the bottle, nah, something's wrong with this shit. It's different.
Yeah, more
You know?
chemicals in that shit.
The wine is literally full of nothing but toxins, and it's like, bro, god damn.
Yeah.
So if you're not calling on the Lord to get the hell up out of here, and this is your end all be all, you're not right.
Yeah.
You ain't in the truth.
Go.
You see how the Lord got mad at Gorilla Hebrew after he said we might be here another 1,000 years?
Yeah.
That very next week, he
Gone.
bucked him out. The Lord was mad, like, nigga, that should never come out of your mouth.
Yeah, he was wild.
Go ahead.
This is back in Isaiah chapter 24, verse 10. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in.
That's the war environment we live in. It's coming.
Yeah.
Okay, you notice in the storehouses are becoming empty, restaurants are shutting down,
Yep.
or before they shut down, the bowl used to be, you know what I'm saying, when you get a tub, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Now the shit small. You
Yeah,
noticing
shit's small.
shrinkflation,
Yeah.
where basically you're paying more money for less product
Right.
Yeah.
because basically these businesses are struggling.
Well, that's-
And what really ruined a lot of these businesses was COVID,
Yeah.
the shutdowns.
boy,
And the little ones that were able to survive, what they're getting ready to do next is gonna squeeze them out of the game.
that's gonna be it.
See, and pretty soon it's gonna be one group of people with all of the resources.
Yep.
Ain't gonna be no middleman. Ain't gonna be no halal mart. Ain't gonna be no Elamite mart. Ain't gonna be no African mart where you can go and get all of your spices and different things. That's gonna be gone.
It's gonna be Walmart and Amazon.
Costco, Walmart. You know what I'm saying?
Sam's, which is an extension under the Walton family. Sam's is under Walmart, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
One big consolidation.
Yep. And you gonna have to enter into a system to go buy from them.
Mm-hmm.
And they just squeezing people out.
Boy.
They're gonna make your ass stay at the house and they're gonna start flying the shit over to you and,
flying
and dropping shit off for you. And you just stick your head out the house and just grab it and what they call it, like when they do the deliveries. Yeah, it's just gonna be number deliveries. So he's getting ready to set up where you just keep your ass at the house.
At the house. And these Americans gonna lose it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Yeah, we seen.
I'm gonna build an underground railroad to get to my other woman house. They gonna keep me from that out. We gonna figure it out. Go ahead.
God, this is back in Isaiah chapter 24,
Imagine that these Americans being told you can't leave, but for 15, the people gonna lose it.
Yeah.
Oh well, look at during the pandemic, people was losing it.
Yeah.
Divorces was going up. Domestic abuse, whether it was within the parent-child dynamic, or if it was
men were beating the shit out of them.
yeah. A lot of people was finding out like, damn, I married an ain't shit nigga. I
Yeah.
married an ain't shit person. Like, damn, my kids ain't shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Fault mainly because of you, but the culprit is how this system is set up. That's why you know what I'm saying, your children are being raised primarily by social media culture, man.
Yeah.
And just, cause you busting your ass so your family can have a roof over their head. You're doing the best you can, but by that time, the hours of the day is out of there.
Yeah.
Everybody just goes to their room when it's dinner time.
It's cool.
It's twisted, bro. Things ain't good.
Yeah.
Things just ain't the same for gangsters.
What they don't know don't show.
Right.
Go ahead.
This is back in Isaiah chapter 24, verse 11. There is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone.
And this is what sin leads to. This is what not upholding the ways of righteousness of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua have led to. And this is a lesson for us.
Yep.
We're supposed to look at this and appreciate now, oh man, the laws, man, you read those laws, if they were implemented now. First of all, if the laws were implemented, Christians would turn on Jesus.
Yep.
They would hate the Lord.
Yep.
If people really saw the law implemented, they would hate the Most High. We would appreciate it because we understand righteousness. We understand how the Lord, operates. But the majority of the people, they would lose their damn minds.
Yeah.
But after time, guess what would happen? The fish would be happy. There would be a clean environment. Okay, sodomites gone. After a while, the law, that 1,000-year period where we implement the law for that first 1,000 years, that's why it's going to be so precious, because we, under Yahweh Shai, are going to have the privilege of implementing that law first, worldwide, in new bodies. So this is going to start the process of righteousness being reestablished in the earth. He let us see it in the complete disarray under Esau, and then he's going to give Yahweh Shai the 144, okay, along with that large multitude. But really the 144 in Yahweh Shai is that governing body that's going to be at that table. Yeah. And basically, they're going to carry out the law throughout the four corners of the earth. The scriptures say, I forget, Isaiah 26, when thy judgment is on the earth, the people shall learn righteousness. Right now, people are learning wickedness. Right now, nigga can go buy a pack of cigarettes. You're not going to have that ability in the kingdom of heaven. Okay? All of that, all of the tobacco, because tobacco naturally comes out of the earth, right?
Yep.
But you're not supposed to smoke it.
No.
It's used in perfumery. It has other benefits. Medicine. In the kingdom, everything is going to be used for its righteous. Even the cocoa plant, the coca leaf, that's what they used to make coke, right?
Yep.
But Gad used to use that for energy. Now, they've taken what is good. What's that? The principal things. Somebody get that real quick. What's that? Sirach 33, I believe. The principal things of a man's life.
Yeah.
Did you want that one in Isaiah? I got it.
Yeah. Whatever you got.
Yeah, what? The one that you quoted.
Yeah.
It's Isaiah 26 in verse 8. I started verse 8, pointing in verse 9. It says, yea, in the way of thy judgments, O Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, have we waited for thee. The desire of our soul is to thy name and to the remembrance of thee. Here's the point. It says, with my soul have I desired thee in the night. Yea, with my spirit within me will I seek thee early. For when thy judgments are in the earth, the inhabitants of the world will learn righteousness.
You want to speak on?
And that's what you quoted. Yeah, when the judgments of the Lord are flourishing in the earth, everything is going to, the earth is going to flourish. Yep. Everything, again, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. You know what I'm saying? Because it's perfect righteousness and order in the heavens. And that's going to be established in the earth. And these people, like the elder said, You know, they're gonna have a problem with it at first, primarily these Edomites, you know, but eventually these heathen, these nations are gonna realize this is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? They, you know, we you know, because they're gonna be able to go back to their after that 1,000 years of hardcore captivity, they're gonna be able to go back to their lands and set up and flourish, man. You know, we're not gonna do it like Esau did it. Esau, you know, taking everything. You know, these people are actually going to be able to have. They're gonna have to be those tributaries. They're gonna have to, you know, give their, you know.
Esau didn't teach his subject shit.
He didn't teach them
He
nothing,
just
man.
taught them to destroy themselves.
Right. And that reminds me of what's that? Sirach, is it 10, where it says as the king of the people. Yeah, kind. You know, so exactly. He wicked and through, and everything is wicked and through.
Right.
You know.
I got this for you. This is Wisdom of Solomon. It's in the GNT. Wisdom of Solomon 6:24. No, indeed, the more wise people are. Wait, it says, no, indeed, the more wise people there are, the safer the world will be.
Mm-hmm. Because wisdom, you know, that's what it's about.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta have that wisdom. If Esau is not dealing from the perspective of wisdom, man. He doing the opposite. And look at the earth, man. Look at the people.
Yep.
You know, mourning through. You know what I'm saying? So when everything is done by way of wisdom, it's gonna be the opposite. Safer. You know, people gonna flourish. Things are gonna flourish. It's gonna be beautiful, man. You know.
It says a sensible king can be depended on to give his people this kind of security.
A sensible king. You know, this nigga here, come on, man. He's not sensible.
No.
You know?
He ain't logical, none of
He's
that.
not logical. Exactly. None of that. He's the opposite. You know? So that sensible king, Yahweh Shai, when he comes to establish his kingdom in the earth, you know what I'm saying? Sets up King David, you know, the 144, you know, everything is going to be beautiful. That's going to be that governing body, man.
Yeah.
You know, and everything's going to be exactly as it's supposed to be. That righteous, perfect righteousness and order in the earth, man. Yeah. Of course, by way of the rod, you know, because we're going to have to, you know, these nations, they going to have the laws in them. So we're going to have to still deal with them. Yeah. But Israel is going to be, you know, we're going to have the law, statutes, commandments in our inward parts. So we're going to be good, man.
Yeah.
But when like you say, no more war, what it says in Micah 4, it basically put the the sword back at the pruning hook.
Those are going to be no need for weapons.
No need for
It will be for farming.
But look what they're doing now under his watch. It's all type of weapons.
Everybody getting weapons.
Weapons.
You get weapons.
Right. Everybody.
Man.
Everybody gets a weapon.
Everybody just adding up on defense systems and weapons.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
They don't even care about taking care of the agriculture is out of the door.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Countries like India, Iran, they were known for agriculture.
Yep.
Ukraine, but now it's all about war.
Yep.
Weaponry. Why? Because the devil took peace from the earth, man, and Yahweh Shai is coming to reestablish peace, man.
That's right.
You know?
That's
it.
Come that fuel of fire, we're gonna set up for them to basically bring forth, use their weapons of their instruments of war.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna be what? In verse 6 it goes into they're gonna be establish a government, there will gonna be no end. It's gonna be set up with righteousness, and it's gonna flourish because everything done in righteousness is gonna cause things to grow. Now when you see Esau's ruling, as we mentioned earlier about the plants, the people, everything is just dying off left and right.
Mm-hmm.
He's the harbinger of death, constantly always looking to see what he can devour.
So many animals, so many different animals that we used to, and you don't steal no more. Yeah, they're gone, they're through, it's out of there, under this devil's watch.
Half of them gotta go to the zoos.
Right.
You know?
Dang.
He took the principal things of life and turned it into a weapon. I got it real quick. Ecclesiastes 39 and 26. The principal things for the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of grape, and oil and clothing. All these things are good to the godly. So to the sinners, they are turned to evil.
Man, milk, forget about it. Clothing, all of these clothes we're wearing there's a reason. Somebody brought it out how when those fabrics, mixing them, it lowers your vibration, lowers your sex drive. You know what I'm saying? Everything works against us. The food is being weaponized on a whole nother level. Water is being weaponized. So life itself has become a weapon. The things that people need to sustain themselves have been weaponized
Right.
by the wicked.
Cain.
Cain.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Flour, oh my God. Flour is just forget about it.
Yeah.
Honey. The honey we got access to is all
Fructose.
sugar. Sugar.
Then the better, for the better and so-called healthier honey, bro's gotta pay damn near double or triple the price.
Yeah.
Even the oil is fucked up.
Mountains. Oil.
Man, we went to the store and saw a thing of olive oil for like $45, bro. Like, God damn.
Yeah. Then you about some olive oil, and then you gotta look at the fine
You gotta
print,
read.
and
Exactly.
it goes into saying, what is that in there? Canola oil.
Canola
and all that?
oil, yeah,
Yeah.
especially you go to these
Yep.
eastern spots, you know, they be having different oils mixed with the olive. It's like, God damn, dog. I remember I made a whole oil out of that shit.
Damn.
I fucking rub it, you know what I'm saying? Niggas go, "Yeah, how about you on a shot?" I read that shit. Canola. Years ago. I was anointed myself with fucking canola oil, man.
He was in the right spirit, but we didn't know how we shot.
Angels flying off like, "Niggas, please." Answer that shit. This is the hell we in though, man.
Man.
Just flying out.
Angel flew off, like, nigga, hell no.
And then when I was coming down the video, you heard me playing with the whole the thing they call it a lamb scam.
Yes.
Some of these spots you think you getting lamb, you actually getting goat,
Yeah.
or you're getting a combination of beef and chicken. It's just polluted.
And they know how to put that shit on the bone. Like, this shit too much.
Because it's just Hennessy honey glazed lamb at all these Jake spots every brunch.
Hennessy, Hennessy.
Well, you know they do all type of
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
I'm just putting an example out there. 'Cause that's a lot of consumption of lamb. You know, especially where we are. We know the location pretty well.
Yeah.
We know these heathens and then these Jake heathens. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of consumption of lamb. So them niggas like, hey, look, we gonna get the people what they want. They may not know what we giving them, but we gonna give them
Putting
what they
chicken
want.
and beef together, but spraying lamb spray on them up.
Yeah.
It'll taste like lamb.
That's too much.
Yeah.
People talking about I don't eat goat, I just eat lamb. All right.
Okay. You just started eating this shit two years ago.
Fucking with Epstein, be eating Uncle Willie.
Yeah.
Dang.
Real.
This is hell, man.
Yeah.
Anything else? Point was made, man. So, you know, through the spirit, you know, we hope y'all is edified. That's the reason we do these videos. We gonna give all praises to the Heavenly Father.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Hakodash.
Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders at Great Millstone, who rule well. Peace and salutations to the elect. Shalom.
Shalom.
Sheesh. You did it again. Spirit.